Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Friday. This is Game Day Live, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios in beautiful New Jersey, in the bunker, in an undisclosed location, and on the mountaintop. On the mountaintop, somewhere in beautiful New Jersey, is Shorts Guy, as we're streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Devils taking on the Dallas Stars down in Texas, trying to rebound from their loss yesterday to the Nashville Predators. Hello, Shorts Guy. What's up?
Hello, Sammy. I've actually been to that undisclosed location your bunker's in, so I feel privileged to be able to, if I ever need to, disclose that location. But I don't think we'll ever have to cross that bridge.
You better not. Well, actually, no. I know who's been. My mother-in-law has disclosed this location to some podcast fans before in the past, but that's another story for another day.
We'll probably keep that one. But yeah, so You're right. The Devils are, about to.
Shorts Guy's feed just went out again, but that's the problem with technology nowadays. But anyway,
oh man, I'm back. So just like James Dolan wanting to ban alcohol at MSG, he's banning me from wanting to speak about the greatest team in the league right now, and that is the New Jersey Devils with his stupid Optimum cable.
Are you a lawyer? Are you a lawyer suing James Dolan of MSG?
I am not. However, that man is unhinged and knows no limits. So you never know.
Well, we should probably explain those that are tuning in, because we have a lot of new listeners and watchers and viewers, or whatever you want to call them. James Dolan, who pretty much owns the Knicks and Rangers and MSG Network and
the building,
the
dump.
building, pays Erica Wachter's salary and Bill Spalding as well, and all that kind of stuff. And he also owns that crappy company called Optimum, which is why Shorts Guy is freezing all the time. Decided, well, there's a couple attorneys that are suing him, so he's installed facial recognition technology when you go into the building, not to protect Ranger fans or Knicks fans or patrons from terrorists or people that are doing no good. No, he just wants to ban these attorneys from coming in that are suing him, who have tickets to games and all that kind of stuff. And as what Bill Agnew says, has inherited everything. So that's who we're referring to. Now we're off the rails. We're off topic. But the Devils are taking on the Dallas Stars after losing last night to the Nashville Predators. I think it's a chance for them to rebound. Dallas Stars, my memories of the Dallas Stars was Mike Modano. Even Grant Marshall was on the Dallas Stars. And Darian Hatcher.
Marshall.
Yeah, Grant Marshall. And, I know this is a little off topic, but I still don't recognize them as a hockey team. And I'll tell you the reason why. To me, they're still the Minnesota North Stars. I thought the Minnesota North Stars had the coolest logo, the coolest jersey back in the day. And I was heartbroken. Like, why would Minnesota lose an NHL team to Dallas? And then
an original expansion team too.
Yeah, and then get a team that's called the Wild. I'm still not over that. I still am not.
I mean, they absolutely could have done what Winnipeg did and rebranded it as the Minnesota North Stars, but I'm sure there would have been some kind of branding issue with the league and having this team that's already called the Stars.
How about you call it the Dallas Lone Stars? The Dallas Lone Stars, and then the Minnesota North Stars. What a rivalry would that be?
No, it would never work. The league would never do it.
Of course not. The Lone Stars versus the North Stars. It's kind of like when the Cleveland Browns went to Baltimore and then the Cleveland Browns suddenly reappeared in 1999 and has the old statistics of the old Cleveland. Oh, my goodness.
I know.
It's not that hard.
It's really not. And I absolutely hate seeing any franchise or organization be moved and ripped from a fan base, no matter how small. Just going through the stress in '95 of almost losing the Devils to Nashville.
Yeah.
And for as small as the fan base is in Arizona, I will tell you this from experience: they're a damn good time, and I would hate to see them lose their team. I mean, look what the Nordiques fans do. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We got to talk about the Devils against the Dallas Stars. The Devils came off a really tough loss last night. I watched as much as I could in between my own games last night.
Yep.
Shots on goal. Holy crap. Shots on goal, shots on goal, shots on goal. Mackenzie Blackwood, what was it, 22 shots against in the first period? The Devils have to clean that type of defensive work up. So I'm assuming we'll be seeing Vitek Vanacek tonight against the Dallas Stars, and hopefully a little bit more of a better defensive showing for the Devils tonight than last night.
I thought Mackenzie Blackwood played well. I thought the penalty that he got was just like, whatever. Actually, I want to ask you your thoughts on that penalty, that tripping penalty that Blackwood got.
I'm going to be honest. I have to take a look at it because I was catching the game as best I could in between being on the rink myself last night.
Oh, okay.
Going 2-1.
Basically, he made a save.
Look for it now.
Yeah,
okay.
He made a save, and, he stuck his leg pad out. The guy couldn't skate and tripped over him. Actually, that's kind of a homer comment. But, and they called it tripping. And you know what? I'm not – look, some of the optics didn't look good, but at the same time, it's like we've seen that play 1,000 times, and that's like the rare penalty that would be assessed to a goaltender who Andre Palat had to serve. But it was just kind of, I don't know, lame. Just absolutely lame.
Yeah, we're not supposed to get penalties. Goalies are supposed to be pretty much, you could do whatever you want. Yeah. There's only really been a couple times where.
I mean, he may have been, outside the crease.
But from a goalie's.
He may have been outside the crease. Don't worry, shorts guy. Anytime your feet.
I know.
Anytime your feet goes, I just take over. So I got your back.
Thank you. I blame James Dolan. Anyway, so I will say this: anytime, at least that I've taken a penalty as a goaltender, your main thought is I cannot let in a shorthanded goal on this penalty because it's my fault. So whether Mac Black thinks the same thing, I don't know. I'm not quite sure if it's all goalies, but that's at least my own personal thing. Is when you take a penalty, you have to make sure that you have to kill that. You have to kill that penalty. Yeah, that is for sure. So I'm still trying to find it. See if I can find that penalty.
Well, let's move past that because now Devils are taking the Dallas Stars. Most people don't know this. How I met Shorts Guy. It was through inline hockey in Morristown, and the first rec team that I joined. Just a random guy just joining. It was called the Stars. Stars with Lil Steve. Lil Steve was only 16 years old at the time, right? And I was just out of college, joining a men's rec league. When you playing, it's weird, right? When you play in college, and then all of a sudden it goes away. It goes away, and then suddenly you're joining a men's league team, fresh out of college. That was really weird. And then on because there's always any league throughout North America, there's always a goalie shortage. There's always a goalie shortage for these leagues. So 16-year-old Lil Steve, who is now on Hockey on Tap, who is now an adult. Now, this goes years ago. He's probably 36, 37 now. So it's been almost 20
he's
years.
My age.
He's
he
40
is?
now. He's 40?
Yeah.
So I've known him for
40.
that long? Oh, okay.
You have.
Wow. I kind of feel like a creeper that I was hanging out with little Steve, who was still in high school. And Daniel is his brother, was a Stars fan. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this story, but I never liked the Stars.
I don't know where you're going with it either.
But the Stars have some firepower. Jason Robertson, again, is having a fantastic season. They've got a lot of firepower.
Yeah, no, they definitely have some firepower, and they're doing pretty well. I'm assuming Ottinger is going to play tonight in net. So, and he's having a pretty decent season, and it's going to be a tough game for the Devils to go down to Dallas. A back-to-back. So they're in Nashville, so they go to Dallas. So the travel's not terrible, but it's still travel. But it's a good way to get right back on that horse and to just try to get rid of last night's loss. Last night was just a wild shootout of a game, and I don't mean shootout as in like the end of a game, but just a wild shootout in general. And it was not a goaltender's game.
Nope.
That's definitely if you like scoring, last night was the game for you. But if you're a goaltending and a defensive player, you're definitely not liking last night.
And look, the Dallas Stars, they have a record of 28-13-9. Devils 31-13-4. I think they're pretty evenly matched. Shorts guy.
It should be an evenly matched game. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm looking. Who's hot recently? Dougie Hamilton. Dougie Hamilton's been hot recently. Last 5 games, but last night defensively, I mean, he almost let up caused a shorthanded goal against Mackenzie Blackwood. How many times have we seen that before? But the last 5 games, I mean, offensively, he's put up points. He's put up at least 8 points in
that
the
blast.
Last 5 games.
That blast in overtime to win that game. It's like, oh my! Like I could not imagine facing that blast.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take some slight credit for that win, because when we were out in Arizona over the weekend, I was in what's his name, the Vegas goalie's ear the entire game. You can ask the guys from Hockey on Tap. Logan Thompson. I was in Logan Thompson's ear every time he was in our end, and I'm gonna say that rocked him to the point where he had a bad game against us.
I truly believe in that. I truly believe in that. If you've heard the legendary story of the year-long lockout, and we had nothing better to do but to go to Albany, the Albany River Rats, to see Zach Parisi play. And we also got to see Marc-Andre Fleury play for the Baby Pens. And let's just say all of us try to psychologically damage him during that game to the point where I'm not sure if he gave us the bird. Did we know you back then? I
was just becoming an acquaintance to the insanity.
Yeah.
That became this.
Yeah, so basically it was half-naked guy came up to that trip. Tony Goombaba was a half-naked guy. We were so awful because it was just happened. Remember when he, during the World Juniors, when he tried to do an outlet pass and he accidentally hit his teammate in the back, Team Canada, and that was the game-winning goal that went in the goal? The whole time we were just like, singing Silver Bells because it's silver, second place. And I remember, I mean, back in those days, I actually was drinking some alcoholic beverages. And I remember telling Fleury, I was telling Fleury, I was like, you let down your country. And then he just and then he turns around and you could see him. But only thing you can see is his blocker.
The blocker.
Yeah,
he
you don't know what.
He flipped off.
Yeah. But he was smiling. He is like the nicest guy in the whole wide world because you turn around and then turn around, and he's like smiling, but you see the blocker. He's like, oh, okay, all right, that's cool.
I'm gonna have to admit, when it comes to Fleury, I was not a huge fan of him in the beginning of his career. I didn't think he was ever going to win, and I've really come to like him not only as a goaltender but as just a human being.
Great human being.
He's a great human being. He speaks out about mental health, and he's just a genuine person, and that's why even though he left, obviously he was he was snapped up by Vegas in the draft. You will never see him play in the East ever again unless it's with Pittsburgh, because he has that much respect for Pittsburgh, and I give him a lot of credit for that. So
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, that that arena, Mullet Arena out there in Arizona, it is so tight that that Logan Thompson at least heard something out of my mouth that night. And little Steve, so little Steve was there next to me, and then Billy Dean as one of the disapproving fathers that was there was not happy with my actions.
It happens. Bachelor parties, that's going out. Well, one of these days we're gonna have next year. We got to figure out how to get to Arizona. The Let's Go Devils podcast.
We just got to go. We just have to go. We just have to go. It's well worth it. If the Devils play Arizona on a weekend, I'm going to say that we just go out. Scotty fly in from the West Coast. We go out from the East Coast, and we get the Hockey on Tap guys, because we all want to go back. So let's
we have to do it. We have to do it. And before we were talking about goaltenders. We got Ottinger in net, 21-7-6 record, 2.24 goals against.
That's a good record.
924 save percentage, 4 shutouts. But let me tell you about our goaltender, Vitek Vanacek. Now, this is after what Devils fans have been through for the last few years with goaltenders. 25-2, 20 wins, 5 losses, 2 in extra time, 2.30 goals against, 916 save percentage, 2 shutouts. I'll tell you, and the Devils didn't really give up much to get him.
No, it's. I still contend that Vitek was the steal of the summer.
Yeah,
Vitek was absolutely the steal of the summer, and he has proven why that we wanted him. He has earned the contract that he has right now, and I have to say this. When you watch the way he plays, there are a lot of times.
Yeah, and again, there's a lot of times. Go ahead, Shorts guy. It's all right.
All right, yeah, I know it's frustrating, but
yep.
Vitek looks like he's fighting the puck. He has a slightly of an unorthodox style, but however, as a Czech goalie, who do you think his idol was growing up as a goalie? As a young Czech goalie?
Roman Šachmanek?
No.
Oh, who?
Hasek.
Oh, Hasek. Okay, sorry. Forgot about him.
So, how could you? Oh,
well, you said Czech,
anyway.
And I'm thinking Roman Šachmanek. Sorry.
No. So it's just his style to me. When I watch it, it looks like he's just a little bit off, but man, he gets the job done.
He's athletic.
He is athletic, and anyone that grew up playing goal in the 90s emulated 3 goalies: Brodeur, Waugh, Hasek. And you always want to do those wild Hasek saves, and I still try to do them, and I do them occasionally. But that's where Vanacek, kind of looks a little bit awkward sometimes. But he is making this season for us, and I think I said it in the beginning of the season that he was going to be our starter, and here he is as a starter. But what's even better with the Devils goaltending right now, we've had Mac Black go down, and just the next guy steps up. Schmid comes up, does what he has to do, wins games for us, and it's move on. I think right now, finally, the Devils, after last year in their debacle, of which they called everyone to play goalie except for me, the Devils now have 3 solid goaltenders that they can call on at any time or moment, and Vanacek is top of that list.
Yeah, and Blackwood has been playing pretty well. The numbers don't really show it, but he has been playing pretty well. And they're 2 different kinds of goaltenders. One's more athletic and acrobatic. The other one's more of I would say maybe a Carey Price, more textbook style goaltender, if that's a good way to describe it. So
no, that's absolutely a good way to describe it.
And it's a good tandem. This is what we wanted. We wanted some kind of goaltending, and it takes the pressure off. When you have these back-to-back games, Vitek Vanacek is fresh. He's fresh. You know, he didn't get all those shots on him last night and having to play this game. You know, and that's where Mac Black is helping Vanacek, and I think that's a big reason that why Vanacek's numbers are very good. However, I don't know your thoughts. I don't know if you've seen enough of a sample size, but do you think the Devils play better in front of Vanacek versus Blackwood? Because Blackwood's just making these just unbelievable saves. You know, it's been crazy.
The Devils seem to allow more shots when Blackwood plays. They seem to have some defensive, I don't want to say lapses, but they seem to get a little lax on defense. And Mac Black tends to see a lot more shots against than Vanacek does.
And why is that? You know?
I don't know. Mac Black seems to thrive in those high shot total games because he doesn't get blown out. He makes those saves, and that's just the way that some goalies are. Some goalies just thrive in getting shelled, and just it doesn't matter to them that they're getting shelled, but they thrive in it. I mean, you skated out, and I'm sure that there were times where in your college career and then playing inline that there were. Probably more in your college career, but there were probably games where you played with a goaltender behind you where you probably had different feelings about what that particular goaltender could do.
It's almost like a catcher in baseball.
Yes.
It is the weirdest thing.
It is.
Because and I noticed that during the Brodeur era. That Brodeur, same thing. It's like you look at his shots on goal, right? Because he had great rebound control and he was very athletic. He was that hybrid goalie that was very efficient, and he did most of his saves stand-up versus being in the butterfly. That, they just simply weren't that many shots. And then the next game, it would be like Chris Terreri, and he's like all over the place because he's got 38 shots on goal. I don't know if it's maybe a psychological thing at all, but it's just weird that you see these two goalies that are kind of different styles, different approach to the game, if anything. And it just seems like maybe the Devils are built more for Vanacek than Blackwood. I don't know if that's a true statement. It's just an idea.
Could be. It could be. The coaching staff may look at the games that they have coming up and say, okay, well, that's a high shot total game. Mac Black thrives in those situations. Let's throw Mac Black in that game. Vanacek will do better in this game, a lower shot total game, and that it's analytics. That's pretty much the definition of analytics. Looking at what's coming up, because even that Sharks game, that was Mac Black in net, and I think he got shelled in that game too. Mac Black seems to get shelled in every single game he plays, whereas Vanacek doesn't.
It's weird.
But the Devils, as a team, and again as a skater, you can talk to this more than I can, but they may just feel like that they have to play a little bit more, a little bit tighter with Vanacek in net versus they can be a little bit more free and open and flowing, knowing that if they get caught, Mac Black is going to be able to handle that 22 shots in the first period. Which he does very well. I know it was what 3-3 after the first last night, but still it's like Mac Black still made at 19 saves in the first. You should never have to make the same amount of saves as minutes played in a period. Like that just should never be.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like even when I played lacrosse, sometimes the team plays better with the backup goalie. Maybe you
probably
rely
play tighter. You play tighter knowing that the backup's not your starter.
Could be. Be.
But the Devils are doing the opposite in this case. They're playing tighter in front of Vanacek and looser in front of Mac Black.
Yeah.
So they're doing opposite of what that situation would be. But
yeah,
I'm happy to see Vanacek in tonight. And I'm happy that we have a goaltending duo that we can do this. One plays one plays two, and go forward and have that, especially because, again, the Stars are a good team, and it's going to be a good game tonight. They've got some real offensive power, and we're going to have Mac Black. We're going to have Vanacek makes. That's the other key thing about Vanacek. Vanacek seems to make every single game that he plays, he seems to make a key save at a key time.
Yep.
Which propels the Devils to a victory. That, as a forward as well, or as a forward defenseman, as a skater, whatever, knowing that your goalie has that ability to make that key save at the key time, and again, you can speak to this more than I can, that's got to give a confidence knowing that, all right, let's go and let's get this done. And therein kind of lies that, all right, the Devils are, kind of like the cardiac kids right now, scoring late, tying games late, winning games late, and getting these single points into overtime, which they've got to kind of start cleaning up, which I would love to see them start to do that tonight if they can. But,
yep.
Again, it's going to be a pretty evenly matched game tonight, and I'm really kind of hoping that the Devils are able to give the Stars not only a good game, but to –
yeah. Well, we're getting to that time of predictions. Michael Hay says Brett Hull won a cup in Dallas. I remember that. That was, his foot was in the crease. Yeah, his skate was in the crease. I remember asking Grant Marshall, was this skate in the crease? Nope.
But you look at the goal that was scored the other night by Chris Letang with the Penguins, and this just shows how the NHL has shifted since that was it the 99 Cup or whatever.
Yep.
That late 90s time frame. If you had your skate in the crease on the opposite side of the crease where the play was, no goal. Chris Letang scores that game-winning goal for the Penguins the other night against the Panthers, and the Panthers goalie, it's their third string. I don't know his name. A little bit deep in the net. Crosby's in the crease in front of him. And the goal's allowed. In 99, 98, that goal would have been disallowed.
Oh, yeah.
It just would have been like this. No. In the crease. Now, forget it. Crosby deserved a blocker to the lower back in that situation.
Yeah. Andrew Bunin says, sorry I messed my big cameo up last night. Good times in Nashville. No, Andrew Bunin did a great job. He had his
absolutely.
Look, we didn't give you any instructions, Andrew. Andrew of Sandbar Sports Grill in Cocoa Beach, Florida. A big fan of the podcast. If you go to Cocoa Beach, Florida, go to the Sandbar Grill, because I'll tell you, there is Let's Go Devils podcast stuff all over the place in the most random place in Florida, which is my favorite place. You're going places because you get to see the space shuttles go up in orbit, like our Devils.
Even better.
Skyrocketing in the standings. But, Andrew, you did a great job.
And that's what you get with the Let's Go Devils podcast and Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. You get fan interaction.
Yeah, that's what you get. So we're going to ask for your predictions because we got our predictions. And thank you, Andrew, for chiming in. You did a great job. We didn't even give you any instructions. You just did it.
It worked.
You look good on video anyway. You always look good. Andrew, you're the best. You say, could not hear a thing in there. Made me take my Devils gear off to get in the Lexus lounge. They made him take off his Devils gear. Oh.
I hate that, but I love that at the same time.
Well, it's an honor. Andrew, this is how you go into look. I am experiencing going to enemy territory. This is what you do. Okay? You don't announce it. You hide it. You get through security first, okay? You kill people with kindness. And as soon as the puck drop, you become an animal and you put your Devil's jersey on, and then you just simply annoy the people around you, okay? And then on top of everything else, you don't turn around and start pointing the finger, whether the bird or the finger or whatever. No, you just sit there, stand up, and cheer for your team.
Yep.
And then you just kind of have to turtle a little bit because people are going to throw beer at you, pretzels at you, chicken tenders at you, whatever. And all you're doing is cheering for your team, and that's okay. It's just as soon as you turn around and all that kind of stuff. And what I've learned is if you cheer for your team, people will just tell you to sit down, just don't mouth back, and then you can annoy them for an entire 60 minutes in their building. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think we need to do like a tutorial this summer on how to annoy other teams' fans.
Sam, I can run that tutorial because I did that in Arizona over the weekend. I was annoying Vegas fans, and no one realized I had a Devils hat on.
You know what? We should do that. You know what we should do? We should get some practice. Let's go to like a random game, like I don't know, Rangers versus Canucks or something like that. You know, and just.
I did it. I did it this weekend. You can ask.
I know. Do you have any video? Do they have any video?
I don't know if anyone took any video, but there were Vegas fans right in front of me, turning around, going like, "What the hell?" And I'm just going nuts. I was going nuts for the Coyotes because I could, wearing a Devil's hat, and everyone's looking at me like, "What is this guy doing?"
Oh yeah, yeah. It's always that random fan. I remember. I forgot what game I was at. I was at a Devils. It was at the Rock. I forgot who we were playing, and I actually wore a PK Subban Montreal Canadiens jersey. Just ran, and the Canadiens had nothing to do with the game, but I was like, all right, you know what? I want to piss off my own fan base to see what they do. They're like, go back to Canada. Like you get all of that. I was like, and this is what I did. I was like, yeah, sell out your own building. Oh, you're so funny, all because I know what Devils fans do. So,
yeah.
So you get under skin. So I was actually for a game. I was actually on the other side, but I was actually kind of a double agent there. I'm really a Devils fan, but I was just kind of. Get on people's nerves. Sometimes it's more fun to just. Sometimes I just go to games to piss off people.
I've done that plenty of times. Yeah. I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah, we're very experienced at that.
Oh my gosh.
We're equal opportunity a-holes. Not only are we a-hole to you, we're a-holes to ourselves.
Everyone.
Yeah.
All right, so Sam, we got some predictions that came in. So Max says 4-2 Devils. JP says 4-3 Devils in no overtime.
Oh, okay.
Felix, Devils 5-2. Let's see. We got Shane Van Sickle going at 4-2 Dallas. Yeah, he's potentially being realistic here. Select Boy, I think, is 5-2 Devils. Ted, 1775. Important year for American independence. 4-3 Devils. Bill Agnew, 3-2 Devils. So we got a lot of people picking the Devils.
Michael Hay, 4-1 Devils.
I'm terrible at picking any of these predictions.
Michael Hayes is 4-1 Devils, our goalie #1 star in the Facebook Live. Steve Engel, 4-3 stars.
4-3 stars.
Has to be different. All right. So let's go with Vinny Parisi's prediction. I told Vinny that if you don't make a prediction in this game, I'll make it for you. So Vinny is saying 40-0 Devils.
It sounds like a Sam Wu prediction.
Yeah, 40-0. A shutout. 40-0. Now watch him get the OTL and the Devils actually do shit. Now watch. 40-0 Devils, says Vinny Parisi.
Okay. That's a Sam Wu prediction if I ever heard one. Man, after last night, back-to-back.
Will they have enough gas for offense? That's my concern.
That's the question.
Are they going to have that fire before the All-Star break?
They've got the game on Monday coming up, so they do have a long time off after this. So it's kind of like one of those things you just kind of put it all out on the ice tonight, and you've got time off. I don't think I've gotten a prediction correct, but 40 shots, 40 goals. Not going to happen. Not with Ottinger in that.
I'll tell you what. If the Devils score 40 goals on 40 shots, I'm buying 40s for everybty at American Whiskey.
Edward 40 Hands. Let's play it.
OE.
All right. So, it just brings back terrible.
Yeah. My
Terrible
stomach
thing.
still feeling the burn of OE.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I'm going to say, oh, man, 5-4 Devils.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. I was going to say 5-3 Devils. So we have 40-0 Devils by Vinny. You're 5-4 Devils, right? You're 5-4 Devils, you said?
5-4 Devils, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm 5-3 Devils because I think they're going to
Okay.
get an empty netter. It's going to be a close game. And thank you very much. This was an extended version of Game Day Live. Thank you, Shorts Guy, for filling in for Vinny.
You're welcome.
I know he hates the Dallas Stars so much that he can't come on. He's just
can't be here.
Yeah, he'll show his how Vinny's like the most positive person. He'll
Except
show,
for the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, he's like an animal. It's just an absolute animal. We can't control. We can't put him in a cage, for this. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Dropping the podcast about 20 minutes for our truckers trucking along across North America. Hey, rate, review, subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Go Devils, Facebook at Let's Go Devils Podcast, and on Twitter at Let's Go Devils Pod. Thank you, Shorts Guy. This is Game Day
You're welcome.
Live. Till next time, let's go Devils.